It actually is a perfect fit.
Yep.
You make it work, huh?
Yep.
I'll follow you out.
You gotta watch for the fan, though.
Yeah, he's more than a top basketball player. I mean, he's cool.
Robert's a great person, you know, he got some, charisma in him, he's kind of funny.
Am I pretty enough? Shout out to overtime.
He likes to play around a lot. Like,
Oh! I didn't see that.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Hey, it's all right though.
Once you really get used to knowing him, it's like y'all just click with each other right away.
What's up, everybody? My name is Robert Bobroczky. I'm 7'7". You might know me because I'm really tall, but I'm bigger than that. My father used to tell me that it's a blessing or a curse. It's up to you how you see it. And it is indeed. I mean, when I was young, I tried to look at it as a blessing, but I was not mature enough. So most of the time I would look at it as I wish to be shorter so people wouldn't look at me. When I realized that there was more than just you, things changed. You don't work just for yourself, you also work for your family, for your community, for your friends. In my case, even for my country, so I'm just trying to make everybody proud, don't let them down, and that's my motivation. Coming to the United States, basketball is much different, it's much faster, much more physical. When there's guys like Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett that are like younger than me, as good as they are, I got a lot of work to do to catch up to their level. I'm just far behind them, and if I won't put in the work, then I won't get there. I think when I was 12, I was like 6'9", 6'10". And then when I was 14, I ended up being 7'5". So there was like a lot to grow in just like a really short period of time. My dad, he would just take me to the court and we would just shoot around.
And your dad, was your dad a basketball player too?
Yeah, he played basketball for like 22 years as a pro. He taught me a lot of old school stuff there. But with the time, once I got more mature, I realized that, I really liked that, and I decided to go to Italy for 2 years. We decided that Romania is not really the right place for me to develop as a player and as a person. So when we had that opportunity, we decided to go there. When I finished my second year in Italy, we were contacted by Spire, and a month later I was here. I just knew this has to be the biggest opportunity of my life. This is my third year here, and each year, we got guys from a different place of the world. Just living with these guys. I'm in a bad short, so I had to add something, so I just put the luggages. It's working out, so I'm not gonna complain.
They couldn't order you a bigger bed?
No.
It actually is a perfect fit.
These are probably the best looking, the why nots.
What size are they?
17.
So you're not as big as Shaq.
No.
Rob's situation is very different, where they have to monitor different meals, different snacks, things like that, kind of on a day-to-day basis. It's always a tough thing taking in that many calories, right? Imagine somebody taking in 5,000, 6,000 calories a day that's used to taking in 2,000. So it's interesting and amazing to see his commitment. So that says a lot to his character, because it'd be really easy to say, you know what, I'm over it, right? I really don't want to do it, or I'm not committed to the process. And that's the type of buy-in. So when you have a kid like Robert, you have to appreciate the buy-in that he has. You have to appreciate the ability to do what it takes to be successful, and not just be like, you know what, I don't want that piece of the puzzle. And that's kind of the approach that we take. Is this isn't a buffet. This isn't a a la carte, grab what you want, where you can say, you know what, I want the basketball piece, but I don't want the academics. Or I want, I'll eat, but I'm not going to mental skills. Or you know what, I don't really want to lift today, I'm not doing that. Well, no, it's a take it all or leave it, right? The door's right there. We're not forcing you to stay, but if you're gonna stay, you're gonna buy into what we're doing. And that buy-in ultimately is what leads to the success that we're having with our guys.
You kind of talked about the NBA and dreams. Do you still have a dream to make the NBA?
Yeah, absolutely. My main goal right now is to get to college, to Division I school, hopefully. I would love to, get the opportunity to be in a position where I'm that good that I can actually join the league. That would be huge. I mean, I will be the second Romanian basketball player ever to make it, so that's like a personal goal, and that would help me, my family, my friends, but even my community and my country, because I'm representing them here. It's up to me to make things happen, help people out, and just do the right things.
Tom. Hi. Quite the facility you got. Thanks so much.
No problem. Nice to meet you.
How's it going, guys?
Tom, nice to meet you.
What's up, Rob? How's it going? You getting a workout in? We had some pull-ups in. Shout out to Spire. I know it is. It's too heavy. That was hard. I should have warmed up more. I was just been a few years since you went back home. There we go. I'm only doing 7. There you go. Good work, Rob. And did you hear about your new teammate?
Yeah, of course.
What's his name?
LaMelo Ball.
How you feeling about having LaMelo Ball as a new teammate?
Well, it's crazy. If you would have told me, last year that we're gonna have him as our teammate, I wouldn't believe it. So he's definitely very talented. I mean, he's 17. He's younger than me 1 year, so he has plenty of time to develop and grow. So
Spire, how'd you find out? Who told you? Where were you?
we were at school, almost finished the day, and one of our classmates showed us, and we initially thought it's a joke or something, but he's a great shooter. So
I heard you're a great shooter. Who would win in a shooting contest, you versus him?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. He's got some good passing skills as well.
Yeah. Have you seen his dad before, LeVar?
Yeah, I also heard him.
What do you think about LeVar?
People can say whatever they want. He just wants the best for his kids, and so he has my respect for that. So.
Did you talk to anyone back home in Romania about LaMelo yet?
Yeah, I mean, many people wrote me and stuff.
Really?
They hope it's a joke too, so.
Awesome. And if you could give LaMelo one piece of advice as he comes to Spire, what would that be?
Man, just have fun, enjoy it, and it's gonna be a lot of work to put in, but this is a great place, good facilities. That's what they do the best here. So just trust the process, and you'll be great.
Do you think LaMelo will be the best player that you've ever played with?
I played with all great players, so I don't know, but he's definitely up there.
Yeah, he's super talented. Do you want to meet his brothers? Lonzo's in the NBA, obviously. Would it be cool for you to meet them?
That'll be huge.
Yeah. When was the first time you watched LaMelo? Was it 3 years ago when he was in high school or Lithuania?
Yeah, it was my first year here. I was a freshman, so he was in Chino Hills.
Yeah.
I remember when he dropped that 92-point game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first.
Remember when he pointed at half court?
Yeah.
Can we get you demonstrating? A little point.
Robbie said it was too late, so we'll do one more set of 35, and then we'll see about doing 37.5. You said it. It's on camera, so I don't like when people lie. Honestly, if this is getting easier, we can see if we can go to green. So just squeeze up the top and then dumbbell lateral raise. The lever arms that he's working with is a lot more than someone of normal height and size. So how we load is going to be slightly different. Even with him doing a shoulder raise here, breaking at his elbow so that he's not doing a shoulder raise from his shoulder, 3-4 feet away. Yeah, you can do it RDL. How many did you get? 13. Random number, I like it. Different ways to slowly progress it, and most of his focus on is, again, increasing muscle mass. So we're going more reps, a little bit more volume, trying to hit more muscle groups. We're focusing just certain areas while we're going through that workout. And, I mean, nutrition's a huge goal with him. He's 7'7", so he's burning thousands and thousands and thousands of calories a day. So, he works out. He does a lift actually with us every single day. The lift is going to be one piece of that pie for him gaining muscle mass. But if he's not eating properly, he's only going to gain so much. And that's a big thing we're working with is, nutritionists through the clinic and other nutritionists that we work with to make sure that not only do we have enough food available for him, that he understands how to keep himself fed. So it's not eating those calories in 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We got to have a snack in between while he's at school. I mean, the force is there.
Rob, you got a favorite big man in the NBA?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Is he retired?
This is his last season.
Oh, he's got one more.
He's just a legend.
He is a legend.
He's amazing. I only met Porzingis a while ago.
Oh, you did meet him? What was that like?
6 years ago.
He's cool?
Yeah, we were both 7'1" back then, so it was pretty cool meeting someone the same height. Yeah.
Well, now you'd tower over him, probably.
Yeah, he's pretty short now.
He's not that short.
I mean, basketball in Europe is slow, very tactic. Here it's very quick and physical, so like I said, they had the edge over everybody else. So.
Moving on. Two more. You're in line. I think we are good here. Last one. Good.
You're not letting me.
Good. Don't want to pull you forward or up. Keep going. Down where you are.
Who's gonna win MVP this season, you think?
Either LeBron or Kawhi.
What do you eat after a big workout like this?
It's usually meat, chicken, or beef, or even fish sometimes. With carbs, pasta, potatoes, rice.
Couple plates.
Trying to.
A year later, he's got all A's. We're like, what?
How we feeling, big dog?
Alive.
Do it all over again?
Yeah, tomorrow. My name is Robert Bobroczky. Thanks for watching my workout. Shout out to Overtime.
Yo, That was Rob Bob, who's on the pod. That just sounds right. And he's going to intro our game today, Rob Bob's Random 20. And actually, because he's such a special guest, we gave him 2 games, but this one is coming at you first. I'm going to give him 20 random questions, and he's got to hit me with the first thing that pops to his head. You ready, Rob?
Yep, always.
Let's do it. Number 1, what is your favorite song right now? Go.
It's gotta be the entire new Juice WRLD album, Legends Never Die.
I knew I liked you, Rob. I knew I did. Number 2, what's your dream car?
The GMC Yukon XL.
One you can fit in. XL meaning very important. Got it. 3, favorite animal?
Turtles.
You love turtles? All right, if you had a turtle as a pet, do you have a turtle as a pet?
No, I never had a pet.
No, if you had a turtle as a pet, what would you name him? Or her?
Probably like Cookie.
Cookie? Cookie the turtle?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, I think. Number 5, best food in the fridge right now?
Oatmeal and blueberries.
Oatmeal and blueberries. Rob Bob is on his health kick. I like it. Number 6, if it wasn't basketball, what sport would you play?
Probably water polo.
Well, we talked about other sports on the pod, so if you didn't listen to it and you're just watching the game, don't be a dummy. Rewind, listen to the full hour. But he says water polo. We need to see Rob Bob in the water. All right. Number 7, if you were stranded on a deserted island, give me your 3 items you're bringing with you. This is a classic.
Water, some food, and some boots probably.
See, you're very practical. I like that. I like that. Number 8, what's something nobody knows about you?
Well, some people know this, but probably most people don't know that I'm like a music guy and I like playing piano.
You like playing piano. That's awesome. That's good stuff. All right, number 9. Who's the most famous person to ever send you a DM?
Probably, that's a hard one. I've had a couple.
Have you really?
Do institutions count or just people?
Institutions count, I think. Yeah.
Overtime then.
What'd you say?
Overtime then.
Oh, okay. Shout out to OT. I figured they'd put that in there. Unbelievable. Number 10. What song do you secretly listen to that you don't want anybody to know you listen to?
Probably I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
I love it. Number 11. If you had a tattoo, wait, do you have a tattoo?
Not yet.
Okay, if you were to get a tattoo, what tattoo would you get?
I'll probably get some type of minimalistic design on my back so I can cover the scar.
I feel you from the surgery. I like that. That's dope. Number 12. What's one concert you need to go to?
I've never been to a concert, but probably Alan Walker. You know him?
Say it again.
Alan Walker, the EDM guy.
Oh, you're into EDM?
Yeah, I'm pretty into that.
Rob Bob, you would be the most elite concert goer ever because I have an issue. I don't go to them because I can't see anything. You would be so clean. You're in HD, baby. All right. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds right now, what would you say?
I'd probably just talk to them about how we need to do a better job, like figuring out like the small issues that we have going on in the world, and like just like a motivational speech, I guess.
I like it. You're a motivational dude. Trust me, the last hour I figured that out. All right. If you could eat dinner with one person, dead or alive, your choice, who would it be?
Probably Dwayne Johnson.
You like The Rock?
Yeah, he's a big guy. He knows a lot about fitness and all that as well.
What if you hear he might make a presidential run, The Rock?
Oh, that would be amazing. He seems like a great dude, so I'm
Doesn't
sure
he?
I'll
Yeah, he
support.
really does. Extremely intelligent, and obviously, he knows how to motivate a mass of people. So, and he knows what he's doing. So, if you could hoop with someone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Probably Yao Ming.
Is he your favorite player?
Yeah, he's in my top 3.
Yeah. Who's your favorite pop band? I think I already know this one.
Pop band.
Is it like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC?
Maroon 5 maybe.
Dude, you are not playing around with the music. You're throwing out bangers. I love it. Number 17. If you answer this wrong, we're going to stop the pod and we're never going to have conversation again, okay? No pressure. Carol Baskins or Joe Exotic? Rob?
Joe Exotic.
Okay. Whew. I thought I was going to have to throw my computer across the room. Number 18. If you could choose who could play you in a movie, who would it be?
That's a hard one.
Height not involved, because you're never going to find anybody to play you.
Probably. Probably Dwayne Johnson.
I like it. I like it. All right, who's your celebrity crush, number 19?
Ooh, realistic or unrealistic?
Unrealistic as you can possibly get.
Okay. The Haley Steinfeld.
Who?
The singer, the actress.
Dude, you are big into music, so okay, Haley Steinfeld. That's my fault, Haley. If I don't know who you are, I'll do my research. I'll be better next time. All right? Wait, do you have a realistic one, like low-key, or you might have a crush on somebody that,
I mean, not to sound basic, but Addison Rae's kind of cute.
You like Addison Rae. Are you on TikTok, Rob Bob?
I know, really. I just watch occasionally.
No, Rob. Stop playing around. You need to start making TikToks. I'm telling you. Listen to Gary Vee, make TikToks, and make a lot of them. I'm telling you, that would go crazy. I got to find you on that. All right, number 20, last one. You talked about helping people. If you could change the world in one way, what would it be?
Stop the hate.
Simple. Plain and simple. I love it. You killed it. You killed the pod. You killed the game. That was Rob Bob's Random 20. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for another episode of Subject to Change with your host, myself, Jordan McCabe. Rob Bob, I love you. You're the man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Subject to Change here. Your host, myself, Jordan McCabe. And today we have a very special guest, and I can't stress that enough. My boy Rob Bob is in the building. Rob Bob, what's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up?
Not a whole lot. I'm glad, like I said, we have been waiting for this day since we started the pod. We're like, we got to get Rob Bob on. But I think this might be the best time that we could have lined up getting you on the podcast, because you just had a big decision to make and you locked it in. Tell me about, your decision. Tell me where you're going. Those of you that don't know, you got to run it down for me, Rob. What all went into your college decision?
Yes, sir. So pretty much about a couple days ago, I committed to Rochester University in Michigan. So, yeah, I'm glad that thing worked out. I'll be there next year.
Are you excited?
Yeah, very much so.
How do you like the coaches and everything at Rochester?
They're really nice. I got to visit the campus, and I got to meet all the coaching staff. So they all seem to me very nice people. So I'm excited to get starting to work on with them.
Yeah. So what are you doing right now? So everybody that jumps on here, we talk about first thing we hit. It seems to be everything anybody talks about nowadays is, the pandemic, COVID, everything, and how that affects you. What's your life been like since COVID hit?
kind of tough because given my living situation, I need to be a bit careful with where I go and all that. So I've been kind of self-quarantining this entire time, just doing like home workouts, jogs around the neighborhood and all that type of stuff. So
That's
kind
good.
of, limited, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change it. You can only adapt to it, and a lot of guys are adapting pretty well. But so you've been kind of just working out at home. Where's home right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, right now I'm at my friends in Farmington Hills in Michigan.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you. So you were at Spire last year, correct? Though at the academy.
yeah,
Gotcha. And then you're just kind of you're staying. You said with a friend in Michigan, and then Are you planning on moving in here for fall semester at Rochester?
yeah. I do. I live on campus, and yeah,
How's the campus?
it's pretty cool. It's in terms of colleges, they're a fairly small school. They have about 1,000 to 1,500 students, but you know, that's still a lot of people since Spire had like a couple hundred kids at most. So
Yeah.
it'll be a big jump for me, but I'm excited to get to know a lot of new people and all that.
You got a girlfriend, Rob?
Not yet, still looking.
Not yet. Not until you get on campus. Do you know the girl to guy ratio at Rochester? Did that go into your decision or no?
Actually, I never checked that, so I have to check it after the interview.
You might want to, yeah, you might want to tap into that. But that's good stuff. Rob Bob is single and ready to mingle, folks. But so let's talk a little bit. So we talk quarantine. You've been doing a lot of at-home workouts. Who's somebody like? Do you work out with somebody right now? Do you have a trainer? Like growing up, I never had one. I was always kind of in the gym by myself. My dad would give me certain things to work on, but he would never go in. Do you have a trainer right now, or before quarantine? Who do you work out with?
Yeah, before quarantine, when I was at Spire, I have my one of the trainers. He would always work one-on-one with me. Now I'm kind of like by myself, so just I work out by myself pretty much. But if I ever need help with anything, I just reach out to my coaches or my trainers, and they'll help me out. So
So
yeah,
Spire was a big jump for you, wasn't it? That helped in terms of relationships and workouts
yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
So let's talk about, because everybody's seen the video of you in, I'm assuming, Romania, where you're from, making everybody else look like they're in third grade, which I don't know, when were some of those viral videos? What was that, eighth grade?
That was actually 2015. It was my second year in Italy.
You said Italy.
Yeah, and
Why'd you go to Italy?
well, when I was 14, I left home and I went to play and study in Rome, in Italy, for 2 years. And I played there for Stella Tour Academy, which is like one of the best junior academies in Italy. And my second year, we actually had this tournament somewhere in Spain, and there was a lot of big teams like Real Madrid playing us.
Yeah.
And that's when they took those highlights of me and stuff went viral.
So this was when you were 14?
I think I was 15 at the time.
Okay. So you're 14, 15, and you said you left home to go study and play in Italy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, you know what 14, 15-year-old American boys do? They play Fortnite, and that's it. That's all they do. You play Fortnite, Rob?
I did at the beginning, but I'm not with that game anymore. I don't
You're
like
not
it
with
anymore.
it? What do you play now?
Call of Duty mostly.
Let's go. You got Xbox, Rob?
Yeah, I got Xbox.
Oh, dude, after we stop recording, I want you to throw it out here, because the millions of people that listen, I don't want them adding, Rob Bob, and your Xbox starts smoking. But I'm gonna get your gamer tag, and we're gonna throw down in War. You play Warzone?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, sorry, I'm digressing. I have a really bad attention span, and I go everywhere, Rob. But let's get back to, so you leave home, Romania. was basketball before the age of 14, was that something that was important to you, or did that not happen until that like 14, 15-year-old age?
Well, first off, my dad played basketball professionally for like 22 years back home.
Right.
So growing up, he was a big influence on me, and I always looked up to him when it came to basketball. And the first time we ever went together on a workout, I was like 6 years old. So that's kind of when the journey started for me. I know we spent endless days just us together in the gym, working out post moves and hooks.
Awesome. Are those some of the best memories that you have in terms of basketball? I feel like that's everybody when they're younger and they're in the gym with pops or whatever. Or is that some of your best memories?
Yeah, definitely like the most quality memories.
Yeah. No, I trust me. I feel you on that. So you were 6 when you kind of came into contact with the game of basketball, fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So
I just played for junior teams around my city. Eventually, when I was like 10, I believe, my dad opened up his own basketball academy.
Really?
And I ended up playing for him for the next like 4 years. That's kind of
how was you playing for your dad?
How long?
No, how was it? Because I played for my dad too, and we didn't get along when that happened.
Oh, it was actually pretty good.
Was he?
Yeah, obviously like he would push me like more than the other kids because there's the friction, but everything he taught me was to help me be better at what I do, so can't complain.
No, that's awesome. So you, jumping back, you were 6 years old, you picked up a basketball, fell in love with it. So by my calculations, when you were 6, you would have been probably 6'4", 6'5".
Not really.
No, when did that happen? Like, were you just always taller than everybody?
Yeah, so I was always taller. I mean, my dad's 7'1", my mom's 6 foot, so I kind of got the genes for it. But I was never super tall until I believe 12, and then I had a 2-year massive growth spurt, and that's when I kind of grew up to like 7'5" from like 6'8"
Now when you
or
were 12, you weren't 7'5" when you were 12, right?
I was like 6'8", I would say.
You were 6'8" when you were 12?
Around there, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, so I know every time you jump on any kind of call or any interview or any podcast, first thing they want to talk about is how tall you are, and they probably talk about it the whole way through. But I'm gonna ask you this one time, Rob, okay? And then I promise we'll stay away from it as much as I can keep it, because I'm just envious, bro. I'm 5'9". My girlfriend's about as tall as I am, and people give me shit for not being tall enough. So I gotta know, right? You'll never have that problem, I promise. But I gotta know, Rob. People say you're 7'7". Is that true or false? Because I think it's false, and I think you're taller than 7'7".
No, that's true. I mean,
Rob, you can tell me if you're 7'9". This is a safe space.
So the last time I got measured, I was 7'7". But what the people might not know is I had a back surgery during my senior year.
Yeah.
That's why I was out for the entire past 2 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so they may have straightened it, so I may be slightly taller now.
So you had a
measured.
back surgery that might have just put you up to 7'8". Are we talking possibly?
Possibly, I don't know. But I still identify myself as a 7'7" footer. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I wanted to hear, because I'm like 7'7", like it's crazy to hear that. It sounds like an understatement, but I thought it might have been. But so you had back surgery, you said 2 years ago?
October 17th of 2019. So about a month ago.
Okay. So that was my question, because I grew up I actually played with a kid when we were younger, and I'm talking when I was probably in like third, fourth grade, and he was extremely tall. I don't know exactly, like medically though, he always had issues. So whether it was like lung capacity, his body like didn't keep up with his like growth, like it couldn't do it like internally. Did you run into issues like that coming up?
Thankfully not. Internally speaking, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
My biggest issue was my back because I had a scoliosis, and
Yeah.
like you said, my body wasn't able to keep up with it, and it just got worse with the time. But thankfully now it's that's out of the way. So
You feel better now?
yeah, much better. No pain, so that's amazing.
They didn't have to like fuse any discs together or anything, did they?
Well, the material itself is called back fusion. So they pretty much put two rods in there and screws and stuff. But I mean, I'm just as well as I was before, so I don't really feel a difference.
That's good. That's
So
really
it's
good.
good.
No, that's awesome. So now you're heading on to let's talk about Spire a little bit, because that whole thing. So you left Romania, you go Italy, and your dad's somebody that pushes you and works out with you. What went into that decision to leave? Did you go Italy right to America, or did you go back home for a little bit?
Yeah, well, it was 2016 when I went back home, because every summer I would go back home after Italy. And that summer I actually played for the Romanian national team. And after that, Spire hit me up, and then I just ended up going to Spire in the fall. So it was pretty much right afterwards.
Was it after was there a viral like video and stuff that went out? Because I remember watching you way back when. Was that when like American interest started to come in? Or before that?
Slightly before that, yeah. I would say 6 months earlier, I'd say.
Okay.
But at the time, I was obviously, in Italy, so I wasn't really thinking about moving halfway throughout the year. But obviously, when the year ended, I weighed my choices and chose Spire.
Yeah. No. Did you have other options other than Spire? Like, what else were you kind of debating on? Was it staying and playing with the national team, or going to America, or were there other schools in America?
Yeah, well, mostly, I mean, realistically, choices that I would have made, I had to choose between American schools.
Yeah.
And a funny story, actually. The coach at the time at least, the coach from Montverde hit me up.
Really?
Yeah, and that was like halfway throughout my year in Italy. And as European guys, we don't know much about the American system before we get here.
Yep.
So I had no idea who Montverde was, and so I just like politely rejected, his offer, because I was in
You
Italy
said
at the
no to
time.
Valverde?
Pretty much, yeah. And 6 months later, I realized, I could use that now.
Like shit, they're actually they're an unreal program. That is crazy, because it's so different, American system, whether it's like prep, because you guys do the club system, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You guys do because like you were saying, at 14, 15, 16 years old, you're part of like a professional club over there, but at just a lower level, right? Because there's multiple steps to get to the national team. Is that right? I don't know much about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, pretty much. For example, the best example I would give you that the people would know is Luka Doncic.
Yep.
He went and played for Real Madrid, and he initially was playing for the junior team. And then within a couple of years, obviously they realized he has huge potential, and they upped him to the professional team.
Yeah.
And Yeah, he's like, I think he still holds the record for the youngest guy to play in EuroLeague.
Yeah, he was like
So,
17 or 16, right?
yeah, he was like, yeah, something like that, like crazy.
Could Luca guard you in the post right now? Don't be modest, Rob. It's the post. I'm not saying one-on-one from the top of the key. Could he guard you back to the basket in the post?
Not sure about that, but I know I will guard him on the other hand.
You said you could guard him?
Not to sound cocky, but I feel like I would have a decent chance.
No. That's okay. That's okay. We might have to send you down to the bubble and get you in there because Luca's been messing around during practice, kicking basketballs in. He probably would play you. He'd probably play you one-on-one. I bet you he would.
I wouldn't say no to that.
I love it. Let's set it up. But that's brings up a really good point. So European players. So this is becoming more and more. It used to be just like at the NBA level, you would get 15 to 20% of the guys drafted are European players, and they come right out of those top level Euro League or Euro Cup teams, and they're 18 years old or whatever. But now it's becoming, you guys have tended to now in high school, this is becoming more and more of a trend where schools like Mount Verde, schools like Spire, obviously, are taking European players and, developing them at a high school level. Have you seen that, like from Romania or other countries around Europe? Are they taking are you seeing other players kind of follow in your footsteps, or who did you follow in footsteps in terms of leaving your home country and coming here?
I personally didn't really follow anybody's footsteps. I just believed in myself and
Yeah.
my own way. But yeah, actually, I've been seeing a lot of like Romanian kids and girls like coming to the U.S. playing high school basketball, which is amazing because Romania is just like your average European country, and by that I mean like we don't really put a lot of focus on sports, so that's why we always look to like other countries and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really good because obviously if you play high school basketball, you have a really good chance of going to college here,
Right.
if you're good enough. And then from college, anything can happen. And even if you don't decide to go continue pursuing your sport, you still have a diploma, so
Yeah.
you're good either way.
What is Romania? Is that Eastern or Western Europe? Rob, come on now.
That's a good question, man.
Because it's different. It's different. Western Europe is way more like sports centralized, right? So you have like Spain, other countries over there. I know Italy. There's a lot. Those are where like your Euro League teams. They tend to be more like Western Europe, and then Eastern Europe and like towards Russia and everything. Like you're saying, tends to be less sports centralized. Like you said, growing up, sports weren't really a big deal, like culturally.
No, really. We Romanians, we like soccer a lot.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Do you ever play soccer?
Change now a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate soccer. So
you hate soccer, so you never even played?
Actually, when I was in middle school, we would during the PE classes we would play soccer sometimes.
But never organized.
No, I was just like, we would just get a ball and we would do whatever.
Damn, I was gonna say if you played organized soccer, even in like first grade, I would have told we had to have somebody go dig up the footage because that you want to talk about going viral. You running around out there slide tackling people at 6'5" when you're like 11 would have been hilarious. That would have been so
great. Goalkeeper, so.
Oh man, dude, that's awesome. So yeah, then you leave and then you come to Spire. How big was that? Like, was it a big culture shock adjustment? I know my inside information tells me you speak 5 different languages. So coming to, America, Rob, don't do that. That's not like that's crazy. I speak 1 barely and I can't speak any other. And I'm like everybody else. You can speak, what languages can you speak?
All right. So Right now, I speak Romanian, English, and Italian.
So 3, they lied to me?
Well, in the past, I used to also speak Hungarian a little bit,
Okay.
so it was 4. Now,
4.
of course, I know words in other languages, but like fluently speaking, the most I ever knew was 4. But right now, I'm speaking the 3.
You know swear words in the other languages, though, huh?
Oh, yep. Well, they're easiest to learn, aren't they?
They're the easiest to learn, easiest to remember. I feel you on that. I was never good at it. I couldn't even really get the Spanish ones down, and I can't say them on here because then we'll get canceled. All right, but okay. Yep. So you come over. Was it much of a culture shock, or because of the fact that you didn't have much of a language barrier, was it an easier transition from Romania to Ohio, Geneva, Ohio?
Well, you Americans are pretty nice people, and you tend to be used to like tall people, so
yeah,
like fairly easy for me to adjust because like whenever people ask me like how tall are you, they always follow the question with like do you play basketball?
Really?
And that says a lot because back home or like really in Europe, they never really ask it. It's just like how tall are you? So
That
it
was
shows
the end of it.
culture is different.
Yeah, no doubt. Does that bother you? Because I've had, trying to think of the tallest. I had a guy on my AU team. I believe he was 7'2", or something like that, and that was always his thing. He's from Minnesota, I believe. But yeah, like we would walk around tournaments, and even at a basketball tournament, everybody's like, "Oh, how tall are you?" Does that bother you? Be honest with me.
It used to. It used to bother me a lot, but now with time that I got used to it, it's just you gotta realize that people don't see somebody like yourself every day,
Right.
So and me personally, I like it when people are like being polite about it, and that's pretty cool. I know like my teammates usually love seeing people's reaction and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I always used to walk behind my teammate who was 7'2" and just watch like all the families that walk by, and they're all like the reaction is, I think, is kind of funny. But I knew he would always get upset about it, and I figured when you are over 7 foot, you go through a stage where it kind of gets annoying. But that's cool that you're not, it doesn't bother you too much because I mean it's part of you. But obviously we're seeing you're committed to Rochester, you're going to a university, and it's not just I'm 7'7" and that's all. 7'8", correction. You're 7'8" officially now, Rob. You are 7'8". But no, like it's not just the fact that you're 7'7". You can play, and you take this very seriously. So you watch any who do you? We've had Taco on the podcast. Guys like him are similar to you, not only in height but coming from a different part of the world. Who do you kind of watch in terms of, NBA now or, past players? Who do you try to model your game after? It's always something I like to hear.
well, right now I honestly just watch everybody because I feel like there's so much talent in the league that you can learn something from everybody.
100%. Love that.
Back in the day, though, my top 3 players were always Yao Ming, Doug Nowitzki, and Tim Duncan.
Love that.
So big guys, old school.
Yeah. Do you watch any bubble basketball lately?
Not really. I don't really get the channels here, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to find.
Yeah, they're kind of tough to get. But we were watching. Some of my guys were watching the Lakers yesterday, and the scrimmages I think are right now. I think the first game is like August 1st or something like that. But we were watching the Lakers, and I was just sitting there thinking. I knew I had you coming on today, and I was sitting there watching AD and stuff. Is that somebody like in terms of mobility? Do you want to be just a true center? Because I feel like that's it's hard to come by nowadays. Or are you somebody who wants to be able to catch from 15 and move enough to work your way down to the basket?
So ideally, obviously, I want to be as versatile as possible.
Yeah.
But I know a big argument that people make is that centers are dying. I want to prove that wrong. I want to show that we can still be more than useful and be the center of a team. So, like I said before, I watch a lot of players and I'm trying to learn from them as much as I can. But I want to do it like my own way, not just with someone.
No, I like that a lot. I mean, hey, Rob, they say that that 5'10" unathletic pass first point guards are dying too, but we gotta hold it down for the two ends of the spectrum. All right.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Let's talk about Spire basketball. Let's talk about you getting there because you were there before LaMelo, right?
Yeah, I got there 2 years before him.
How much did that campus change when LeVar Ball showed up in the G-Wagon with all the Ball brothers?
It was big. I mean, obviously, all the media attention and all the fans that would come watch the games just for him. It was pretty cool.
Did you like playing with them?
I didn't really play at all that season because I actually.
Oh, that was yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do my surgery that year, but it just didn't work out. But I met LaMelo on multiple occasions. I mean, I'd see him around the campus. So.
What's he like off the court?
I mean, he was cool. He was chill. He was pretty goofy from what I heard.
Yeah, goofy for sure. Did he change? Yeah. Did he change the culture at Spire, like before and after? Like, was there a shift in terms of not just media, but I mean, they wanted to play a national schedule. They wanted to play some of the best teams in the country, right?
Yeah, that was the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, after he left, now the standard was set so high that, Spire tried to keep it up there as much as they could. And, like this season, I know we played a lot of good teams. The team played a lot of good teams. And, a major part of that might be to the fact that LaMelo was there the year prior.
Yeah, no doubt. I know that would have to be extremely tough. I mean, you get a guy like LaMelo coming in, and after he does leave and he goes NBL right after that, it seems like the media kind of just follows him, right? But what was you got any LaMelo stories in terms of him playing or off the court or anything like that? What was like? Because I'm assuming you watched him play quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I never traveled with the team, but I obviously watch their games like online.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of guys would want beef with him on the court. They would try to, lock him down and all that.
Yeah.
I know Spire had, multiple fights during that year with other teams. Stuff just got too heated. So, yeah.
You were never in those fights, though, right? Because you didn't travel?
I watched from far away.
Well, that's good because if you were there, I feel like if you just stuck both hands out and spun around really fast, everything would be cleared. You could just go right around LaMelo and just clear everything right on out. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Might as well.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So you had to, transition from living in your home country where you're comfortable, or at least Italy where, you're not as far away from home as you are in Geneva, Ohio. Did you form a lot of relationships at Spire with your teammates and stuff? What were living situations like at the academy?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I pretty much keep in touch with most people from every single year that I'm at. I remember my first year, I got to go to my first NBA game because of one of my teammates, his name is Nikos Okikoen. Shout out to you, my man. He's from Greece and he knows the Antetokounmpo brothers pretty well.
Really?
So we got to go and see the Cavs versus Milwaukee that year. And I almost got to meet Giannis because of him, but unfortunately they lost and Giannis was really mad, so he just got on the bus and left.
We've all been there. We've all been there. So those are some guys that you still have relationships with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it was also like very interesting to like learn about like different cultures because we also had a lot of foreign students, just like myself. So I got to learn about other cultures, and I learned about countries I didn't even know that existed. So
Yeah. Was
pretty
it
cool.
was it was it easier to connect with other people that are coming from Europe or a different country than it was for Americans, or was everybody pretty accepting?
Yeah, I mean, definitely everybody was very accepting. I feel like though one of my personality advantages is that I always get to form chemistry really well and really quickly with like European people. So yeah.
I feel like I'm a little European then, because I feel like we made a like this is the first time I met you, dude. But you might have to. There's been a couple people I tell like you got to come back on the show. You are 100% coming back on the show, right, Rob?
Yes, sir. Just
All
tell
right,
me what.
you're my guy. I love it. I love it. All right, let's talk about college because you've now made your decision. You're going to Rochester. It's in Michigan, and what all went into that? I know we touched on it briefly in the beginning, but in terms of play style, like, are you back on the court yet from your injuries and stuff, or are you still rehabbing?
No, rehab's been done for a couple months now. I'm just
Good.
trying to get back in the swing of things at this point.
Got you. So are you any on the court work yet, or are you even able to find a gym? I know Michigan tends to have pretty tight restrictions on everything with COVID.
Yeah, and as far as right now, I don't really have a gym. We have like a group outside the house. That's the best I have right now. So
Is that what you're doing, working out in the driveway?
yeah, pretty much that's what I'm trying to do.
Hey, you gotta get it how you can, brother, especially during these times. I feel you on that. But so Rochester, what are you most excited about this next step? Are you excited, nervous? What are you feeling?
I'm not really nervous. I mean, I'm kind of used to changing places, so
Yeah,
I'm definitely excited though because this is the new big step for me, and
yeah,
I've been ever since my sophomore year when I started looking to colleges. This was my goal, to make it to the next level.
yep.
So now seeing this become reality, it's pretty cool.
What's your goals there right off the top of your head? Like where do you want to see yourself in like 5 to 10 years?
Well, that's a hard question because I don't know what's going to happen during college, but
I feel you on that.
I would love to like play professionally one day. And on the other hand, like more of like non-athletic side, I really want to help people out one day in a big, meaningful way. So, if you play professionally, that would kind of help you with the money, and from there on, you can open different businesses and whatever, and try to give back to the people and all
Yep.
that. So
Yeah,
that's my
that's
goal.
really cool. That's really cool to hear that it's not only on the court for you. What you know what you're gonna major in yet, or are you gonna stay undecided for this first year?
Yeah, I chose business management, so
Business management?
yeah.
Do you have any idea, like obviously things change in life, but like if you had to write up your life story, if I gave you a pen and this is what's gonna happen, what would you want to do with a business management degree?
Well, honestly, like the only reason I'm doing business management is because I feel like school systems around the world fail us to teach us about money and all that. And obviously, I want to learn about that. I want to learn how to use it, how to invest it. So like I said, so that in the future, I have the knowledge to, be able to help people out somehow.
Yeah. So I mean, you keep saying it. You're like, I want to help other people. So your goal is to, build your capital, build everything that you can personally, and then you want to give it back. Do you plan on like, if I gave you a choice and you had to say America or go back to Romania, do you miss home enough to want to go back there and live there? When this is all done in terms of basketball? That's a tough
I'll
choice.
pick up because even though I like I miss my friends, the food, my family, it's still like there's so much more opportunity here than
Yeah.
back home. So, for the better and for the sake of my country, I should stay here as much as I can.
Yeah. You miss the food?
Oh yeah.
Really? What if I
Is it
go to
really
Romania, what do I have to have?
come again?
If I go to Romania, what kind of food do I have to have that's different that I can't get here? Wiener
We
schnitzel?
uh we
That's
do a lot of like
Germany. My fault.
what can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Wiener schnitzel from Germany. What should I have if I go to Romania?
Uh we do a lot of like meat cooking recipes. We
Okay.
have I don't know the English counterpart, but salmale, it's like this meat that you eat with like mustard and bread. It's really good.
What animal does this meat come from, Rob?
Pretty sure it's pig.
Pig? Okay. Little pork. I got you. Okay.
Uh,
Is that the best thing you got?
we got a lot of like good desserts as well. Like I know you Americans make the pancakes like really thick.
Yeah, yeah.
Back home, we got like long and really thin.
Like a crepe almost?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. So you miss the food a little bit, but you've gotten pretty accustomed, like you said, to moving, by yourself pretty much. When's the last time you saw your family?
2 years ago, they usually come over every summer, but
Yeah.
obviously this year was different.
Yep.
So yeah,
Is that difficult at times?
yeah. I mean, I haven't seen my sister in like 4 years now because
4 years now?
she was too little to
What's
take
she
the.
up to?
I'm sorry.
What's she up to? Your sister? What's she do?
Well, she's just 9, so
She's 9? Okay, so she's just chilling. Okay, my fault. Okay. So you haven't seen her in 4 years now?
yeah. They were supposed to come this summer with her, but this virus situation happened, so.
Can we
It is-
expect her to be a basketball player? Is she interested in that at all?
Well, when she was a baby, my dad had laid like 10 different balls in front of her, like footballs and tennis balls, handballs, basketballs, and she went straight for the basketball.
Is she
So
really?
uh, she actually works out with my dad at his academy.
Yeah.
She seems to be into it, but the way my father said it, they're not gonna force her to do anything. Like she has to enjoy it. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah. she's genetically, her mom's, 6 foot, her dad's 7'1". So, I'm assuming she's going to blow right past the 6 foot mark. Yeah, I would assume, right?
No, right now she's slightly taller than everybody else right now, but still pretty average. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You said you were 12, so she's got her 3 years until she really makes that jump. It should be interesting. I would love to see, because I think it's just kind of on a delay right now. In America, women's basketball is just kind of really making a push. And, it just like European-wise, it took a little while for that transition, the best players from Europe coming here. But right now it's mostly male athletes. To see a female come do it and her be somebody, possibly that could boost, the WNBA, because they're so talented, so skilled at the WNBA level. But I think European-wise, the way that they're brought up, and you can kind of speak to this, it's so much skill-based. It's so, discipline-oriented, and it's really good to have that, kind of plopped right into the NBA system. So, that's really interesting. I hope she does it. Your dad's academy, he's still running that?
Yeah, to this day.
What's it called?
Well, it's got a Romanian name. It's called Basket Club Best Abad. It's pretty much I mean, I don't want to, sound cocky, but it might just be the biggest academy in my city
No,
right
that's
now.
great.
So yeah, it's doing pretty good.
No, that's amazing. So in terms of a basketball academy, like Americans, when we think of it, we assume it's just kind of like four walls and a roof with a basketball court in it. What does he all do for the academy? Does he run camps? Does he train people? Does he have teams? What does that look like at the academy?
Yeah, I mean, he has like different group ages, teams, and
Yeah.
he does different tournaments every year. He goes to different camps with the kids. He's a perfectionist, so he likes to make sure every kid is like shooting the perfect way,
Yeah.
that they learn basics properly.
That's
So
awesome.
he puts on accent on all of that stuff.
That's really cool. So it's a lot of like it's youth basketball, right? Like it's younger kids.
Yeah. Well, when I was there, we used to have some older kids, like 18 and 17, but right now it's mostly like younger kids.
Yeah, no doubt. That's really cool. I think to be honest, I think America, you're going to see a shift. I don't know when it's going to happen, but like with the NCAA, because collegiate like sports are way different in America than Europe, right? You guys don't like college sports aren't really a thing, right?
They're growing now, but
Are they?
back when I was younger, we didn't really know much about it.
Yeah. No, I think what's possibly going to happen is if there is a shift in college basketball, you're going to see, I think in America, like if I had to put my money on it, you're going to see more club oriented because other than here in the US, whether it's, South America or Europe or any other place where sports are prevalent, it seems to be all club system oriented where you jump in to your local club when you're younger. And then you try to kind of work your way up. Australia is the same way. I know that. I've been to Melbourne and stuff, but yeah, it'd be interesting. What about you? You do any travel other than around Ohio and Michigan? You stay in the Midwest, man. You ever go anywhere else?
Not really. Yeah.
What about when you were younger?
I'm sorry?
What about when you were younger?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I traveled probably throughout half Europe, so I've traveled quite a bit. But here in the US, I've only visited a couple states. Never really been on the West Coast, so hopefully I'll get to visit there one day.
Yeah, if you go to Cali though, we gotta do a vlog of Rob Bob Goes to Cali. I think, matter of fact, it should just be a reality TV show. You're the man. You're not only a hooper and somebody who cares about his craft, but you're funny, dude. I loved having you on, and you've chopped it up as good as anybody, man. I really appreciate you jumping on. That was Rob Bob, who's on the pod. That just sounds right. And he's going to intro our game today, Rob Bob's Random 20. And actually, because he's such a special guest, we gave him 2 games, but this one is coming at you first. I'm going to give him 20 random questions, and he's got to hit me with the first thing that pops to his head. You ready, Rob?
Yep, always.
Let's do it. Number 1, what is your favorite song right now? Go.
It's gotta be the entire new Juice WRLD album, Legends Never Die.
I knew I liked you, Rob. I knew I did. Number 2, what's your dream car?
The GMC Yukon XL.
The one you can fit in. XL meaning very important. Got it. 3, favorite animal?
Turtles.
You love turtles? All right. If you had a turtle as a pet, do you have a turtle as a pet?
No, I never had a pet.
No. If you had a turtle as a pet, what would you name him or her?
Probably like Cookie.
Cookie? Cookie the turtle?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, I think. Number 5, best food in the fridge right now?
Oatmeal and blueberries.
Oatmeal and blueberries. Rob Bob is on his health kick. I like it. Number 6, if it wasn't basketball, what sport would you play?
Probably water polo.
Well, we talked about other sports on the pod, so if you didn't listen to it and you're just watching the game, don't be a dummy. Rewind, listen to the full hour. but he says water polo. We need to see Rob Bob in the water. All right. Number 7. If you were stranded on a deserted island, give me your 3 items you're bringing with you. This is a classic.
Water, some food, and some books probably.
See, you're very practical. I like that. I like that. Number 8, what's something nobody knows about you?
Well, some people know this, but probably most people don't know that I'm like a music guy and I like playing piano.
You like playing piano. That's awesome. That's good stuff. All right. Number 9, who's the most famous person to ever send you a DM?
Probably, that's the hard one. I've had a couple.
Have you really?
Do institutions count or just people?
Institutions count, I think. Yeah.
Overtime then.
What'd you say?
Overtime then.
Oh, okay. Shout out to OT. I figured they threw that in there. Unbelievable. Number 10. What song do you secretly listen to that you don't want anybody to know you listen to?
Probably I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
I love it. Number 11. If you had a tattoo. Wait, do you have a tattoo?
Not yet.
Okay. If you were to get a tattoo, what tattoo would you get?
I'll probably get some type of minimalistic design on my back so I can cover the scar.
I feel you from the surgery. I like that. That's dope. Number 12. What's one concert you need to go to?
I've never been to a concert, but probably Alan Walker. You know him?
Say it again.
Alan Walker, the EDM guy.
Oh, you're into EDM?
Yeah, I'm pretty into that.
Bob, you would be the most elite concert goer ever because I have an issue. I don't go to them because I can't see anything. You would be so clean. You're in HD, baby. All right. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds right now, what would you say?
I'd probably just talk to them about how we need to do a better job, like figuring out like the small issues that we have going on in the world, and like just like a motivational speech, I guess.
I like it. You're a motivational dude. Trust me, the last hour I figured that out. All right. If you could eat dinner with one person, dead or alive, your choice, who would it be?
Probably Dwayne Johnson.
You like The Rock?
Yeah, he's a big guy. He knows a lot about fitness and all that as well.
What if you hear he might make a presidential run, The Rock?
Oh, that would be amazing. He seems like a great dude, so I'm sure.
Yeah, he really does. Extremely intelligent, and obviously, he knows how to motivate a mass of people. So, and he knows what he's doing. So, if you could hoop with someone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Probably Yao Ming.
Is he your favorite player?
Yeah, he's in my top 3.
Yeah. Who's your favorite pop band? I think I already know this one.
Pop band.
Is it like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC?
Maroon 5, maybe.
Dude, you are not playing around with the music. You're throwing out bangers. I love it. Number 17. If you answer this wrong, we're going to stop the pod and we're never going to have conversation again, okay? No pressure. Carol Baskins or Joe Exotic? Rob?
Joe Exotic.
Okay. Whew. I thought I was going to have to throw my computer across the room. Number 18. If you could choose who could play you in a movie, who would it be?
That's a hard one.
Height not involved because you're never going to find anybody to play you.
Probably. Probably Dwayne Johnson.
I like it. I like it. All right, who's your celebrity crush, number 19?
Ooh, realistic or unrealistic?
Unrealistic as you can possibly get.
Okay. The Haley Steinfeld,
Who?
the singer, the actress.
Dude, you are big into music. So, okay, Haley Steinfeld. That's my fault, Haley. If I don't know who you are, I'll do my research. I'll be better next time. All right. Wait, do you have a realistic one, like low key, or you might have a crush on somebody that, you know?
I mean, not to sound basic, but Addison Rae is kind of cute.
You like Addison Rae. Are you on TikTok, Rob Bob?
I know, really. I just watch occasionally.
No, Rob. Stop playing around. You need to start making TikToks. I'm telling you. Listen to Gary Vee. Make TikToks and make a lot of them. I'm telling you, that would go crazy. I got to find you on that. All right, number 20, last one. You talked about helping people. If you could change the world in one way, what would it be?
Stop the hate.
Simple. Plain and simple. I love it. The final wrap-up game is Rob Bob's Bigs. I'm going to give him big men in the league or that were in the league, and we're going to go up by height, and he's going to have to pick the best one out of the two names I give him. You ready, Rob?
Yep.
Let's do it. Number 1, 6'10" Bill Russell or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan.
And if you listen to the podcast, you would already knew that answer. So go back if you're still playing around. Number 2, 7-foot Dirk Nowitzki or Paul Gasol?
Dirk Nowitzki.
You would have knew that answer too. Don't play with me. Number 3, 7-foot Patrick Ewing or Hakeem Olajuwon?
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Olajuwon. Number 4, 7'1" David Robinson or Robert Parrish?
Nate Robinson.
Number 5, 7'1" Shaq or Wilt Chamberlain?
Shaq.
Number 6, 7'2" Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Dikembe Mutombo?
Kareem.
Kareem. Number 7, 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis or Sabonis?
Kristaps.
Number 8, 7'5" Taco Fall, your boy, or Boban?
That's a tough one. I'm going to have to go with Taco, though, just because he was kind enough to answer my DM.
No, okay, you're going to go with Taco. I love it. Dude, but I know you're picking Taco. I get a lot of Boban vibes from you. I feel like, you know, as you move up, you go through Rochester, and your next step, you're going to have a lot of Boban in you. So, number 9, 7'6" Sean Bradley or Yao Ming?
Yo, man.
Love it. All right. Number 10, 7'7" George Murison or Manute Bol?
I got to go with George Morrison because he's Romanian.
He's Romanian. That's your guy?
Yep.
I love it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Rob Bob's Bigs. Today we had a great episode. Stay tuned next week for another great one. Rob, I appreciate you coming on. You're the man. And I'm telling you, you're coming back whether you like it or not. All right?
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
All right. Good luck at Rochester, my brother.
Yeah, I'm in my iced tea. Yup, in my iced tea. Yeah, I'm in my iced tea. Yup, in my iced tea. Click the link in my bio. Go, cup that iced tea. And check out the videos right here and subscribe. Come on, dog.